The Turtles and She'd Rather Be With Me, classic song from the 60s. You remember the 60s, don't you, Jack? Jack Levy from MLG Insurance. Welcome back, everybody.
Hi, good to still be here.
Get close to the microphone so we can hear your dulcet tones.
My dulcet tones?
Yeah, and over the top of one as ringing of the bell.
Other tones, okay.
Right, we're talking insurance issues today, and one issue is liability insurance, isn't it?
Liability.
Very topical because of that boat that just crashed and went over.
Yep. The boat crashed. Okay, what is liability? Liability is something that everybody should have because it's really perceived negligence. What is perceived negligence? That is when I accidentally forget to buy the groceries or my dog bites somebody. And it's not really my fault. Honestly, it wasn't me. But somebody wants to sue me, and then I just give it to the insurance company and let them pay the bill.
Right.
That's what liability is. It's perceived negligence. So if you leave the water running in your condominium and it goes down to the neighbours, you just laugh at them and say, deal with me, insurance company. That's the end of it. It works.
In the UK, when I was doing my gigs around with a band, we had to have public liability insurance, which I think actually meant that if one of our PA speakers fell on somebody or something, then we were immune.
That's right, Barry. It's just trying to make sure that you don't have to pay a bill.
Yeah.
It's just insurance. As we said before, it's paying a relatively small premium to avoid a big bill and a lawsuit later. Just give it to the insurance company, let them deal with it, or get out of it, whichever the case may be.
Okay, 1R. Now we've got a question here, and another question from a viewer or listener, I'm not sure which. If I have a water leak in my condo from the room over me, is my policy covered? And what shall I do to make a claim?
Okay, that's according to what Jack just said, is liability coverage. So normally insurance company, they're gonna provide as a package already, which is we can offer the coverage for in case if you have like fire into your room or water leak, and which is make your neighbor have to sue you or come after you.
Yeah.
So first of all, in case water leak, you just phone broker or you contact your office from downstairs. Make sure first that water come from the room upstairs really, or it's just the pipe between the room upstairs and your room. Make sure
you have to get all of the details. Make sure you've got all of the facts.
Yes. Jack always come out to see client and help about that. We both.
Excellent stuff. What a nice man you are.
I do. Provides a service, gets me out of the office. I mean, when you've got 4 women there yakking at you, it's nice to get out of the office.
Listen, I've seen the women in your office. It's not bad.
No, I'm only joking. It's not so bad.
Well, another one for one. Now, if I have a car and it's 30 years old, can I insure it? So how old does a car have to be before it's uninsurable?
Okay, let's say like this. Red plate until 7 years can be insured with the first class full cover comprehensive or second class, and if you insure before get 7 years, older than 7 years, you can keep renew with the first class. But if you want to insure first class after 7 years, we need to concern case by case. And if 30 years old like that, we can offer for third class or third party liability.
Okay. Right. One more for Jack here at the bottom here, and this is somebody who said they came home the other day and their pet monkey had completely destroyed their curtains. Are they covered under their normal household contents?
Are they covered for killing the monkey?
No. Are they covered to get a new set of curtains?
Absolutely. It's clause 5B. You've obviously they are covered.
That's good.
So if your dog bites your sofa and you've got a good first-class household insurance, they will cover it, believe it or not.
Brilliant.
You have to prove that the monkey's yours and go back 5 generations.
Okay, fair enough. And make sure what happens if it's a distant relative?
Well, then we're back to liability. We have to go after the mother of the monkey.
Excellent. Okay, now just to let everybody know exactly where you are. MLG Insurance, if you want to go and see Jack or Wana and discuss your insurance problems.
Our office is located on South Pattaya Road. if you come from Sukhumvit Road into South Pattaya Road, it's about 200 or 300 meters on the right hand side, next to the Pinky Chimney Furniture. In the front, you can see MLG Consulting Service.
There you go. It's a big office and it's easy to find. So go and see Jack, go and see Juana if you've got any more problems, any questions, and see if you can trick them up with just go in there and have a bit of a laugh.
Or any monkey business.
Any monkey business. Wonderful stuff. All right. Well, let's have Mary Wells and my guy. Thanks very much, Jack and Juana, for coming in.
Pleasure.
Okay, let's talk airports now, and everybody has to use airports. Well, there's a company called Frommer, and they just released their list of the top 10 best and worst airport terminals in the world. Let's look at the ratings were based on cleanliness, services, on-time departures, navigation, and the ease of getting to and from a city centre. But let's have a look at the top 5, shall we? At number 5, it's New York JFK Airport Terminal 5. Number 4, Wellington Rock Terminal, that's in New Zealand. Number 3, Seoul in South Korea, the Incheon Airport. And at number 2 is the Leif Erikson Air Terminal in Keflavik in Iceland. Number 1 is in Jeddah, Saudi Arabia, the Haji Terminal, and it seems it's only used 6 weeks a year when they make the Muslim pilgrimage to Mecca. That's probably why it's in such good condition. The Icelandic one, it seems it's a bit like an IKEA, got an IKEA feel to it, which is very woody. Now let's have a look at the worst ones, and number 5, it's Paris Charles de Gaulle Airport Terminal 3. At number 3, it's Moscow Sheremetyevo Airport. Don't know which terminal that is. But number 2, Manila in the Philippines, Airport Terminal 1. Number 1 in the worst ranked terminals in the world, New York JFK Airport Terminal 3. And the heading that worst list was that airport, which is described as known for endless immigration lines in a dank basement, an utter lack of food and shopping options, 3 crowded and confusing entry points, and hallways that could have been designed by MC Escher for vomiting international travellers out onto an underground sidewalk with no cabs available. Doesn't sound too good. I've got a feeling I've actually been there. I remember going to New York once, and the immigration line was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay, now let's cheer ourselves up then with Artist of the Week.
96 FM, Artist of the Week.
Andy Fairweather-Lowe has been my Artist of the Week all week, and this is my favourite Andy Fairweather-Lowe song. I actually bought this record when I was a bit younger, in the early 70s, and I met Andy about 3 or 4 years ago at the Cambridge Rock Festival, and we were chatting backstage, and I was talking about this song, and it's called Reggae Tune. Now the thing is, it doesn't ever mention the word reggae in it, or reggae tune. And I said, why'd you call it that? And he said, oh, it was just something we were doing in between rehearsals and sound checks, and it was just a nice feel to it, and I started singing this song over it, wrote this song, and then it didn't have a title, so we just decided, let's call it that Reggae Tune. So here we are with Reggae Tune, and it's going to be introduced by the legend that is Sir Jimmy Savile.
Just now, and here is Mr. Andy Fairweather-Lowe with a Reggae Tune just this minute. Oh.
Something you've never had.
That's all from Morning Glory on Patio People Television today, and thanks to Jack Levy, to Wanna, to Rose, and also a little mention for what's going to happen tomorrow, which is Ringo Bingo. We got Ringo Bingo. Darryl Reed's going to be coming and playing a couple of songs for us, so it should be the usual fun and frolics as we head into the weekend. So whatever you're doing today, have a great time, and whatever you're doing in Patio, just stay safe, all right? Bye-bye for now.
Patio is produced in cooperation with Patio Please Volunteers and sponsored by
Moccador Italian Gourmet Coffee.
Morning Glory is sponsored by the Nursing Resort Pattaya.
Best Bakers in Soy Sharapur.
Best Bakers, today's bread, today.